Let's start with this prophetic clip from Dennis Rodman from a 2014 interview live from North Korea.
Saying to you, look at these guys here. Look at them.
Yeah, but Dennis, don't put it on them. Don't use them as an excuse for the behavior that you're putting on yourself.
They came here.
You just basically were saying that Kenneth Bay did something wrong. We don't even know what the charges are. Don't use these guys as a shield for you, Dennis.
Listen.
Ain't no shield. I got it. Let me do this. Really, I'm gonna tell you one thing. People around the world, I'm gonna do one thing. You guy behind the mic right now, we are the guys here doing one thing. We have to go back to America and take the abuse. Do you have to take the abuse? Well, we're gonna take it. Do you, sir? Let me know. Are you gonna take that abuse? We're gonna get it. But guess what, though? One day, this door is gonna open. Because these 10 guys here, all of us, Christy, Ben, Dennis, Charles, all these guys, I mean, everybody here, if we could just open the door just a little bit for people to come here.
In hindsight, wow. Fast forward 4 years, you have Dennis Rodman live at the Singapore summit with a Make America Great Again hat.
What does your hat say?
What's my hat say?
Oh, good. Now I can see it.
Let's
so you
make
have
America great again.
All right.
You got it right there? You got it?
I got it. Thank you. So you...
And a Potcoin shirt. This time, however, despite his wild appearance and choice of fashion, he's looking a lot less crazy.
But guess what, though? One day, this door is going to open.
That's the world we live in, folks.
You talked a lot about the prospects for peace when we spoke several years ago. Did you think this moment would ever come?
Of course he remembered this time was going to come. Remember the 2014 interview? Even more bizarre is former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper admits that Dennis Rodman is our best resource to understanding Kim Jong-un and President Trump.
And Dennis Rodman, also known as the Worm for how he played basketball, he is our best resource at this point right now for understanding the minds of the two men, especially Kim Jong-un.
I agree, Chris, and I tell you,
as weird as that is,
as weird as it is, and unconventional.
Wow. Dennis Rodman even at one point broke into tears after reflecting on how far we've come and how much we've accomplished.
I said to everybody, I said, the door will open.
I remember you saying it. I remember you saying it. Let me ask you something. Does Kim understand English, Dennis?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. When I said those things, when I said those damn things, when I went back home, I got so many death threats. I got so many death threats. I was sitting there protecting everything. And I believed in North Korea. And when I went home, I couldn't even go home. I had to hide out for 30 days. I couldn't even go home. But I kept my head up high, brother. I knew things were going to change. I knew it. I was the only one. I never had no one to hear me. I didn't know one had to see me. But I took those bullets. I took all that. I took everything. Everyone came at me, and I'm still standing. And today is a great day for everybody. Singapore, Tokyo, China, everything. It's a great day.
It is a great day. This is a historic day.
I'm so happy.
You were saying to me years ago that you thought this would happen. And I want to let you...
Another very interesting part of this interview is when Dennis Rodman said that Kim Jong-un years ago had thanked him for keeping his promise, saying he was the only person that has ever kept a promise to Kim Jong-un.
The day before his birthday, I said, I'm going to give you a present. And he said, what is that? I said, I'm going to bring a basketball team, professional basketball team to you. He said, can you do that? I said, yes, I can. Even though I knew I couldn't do it, I said, if I fail now, it's going to be a problem. So basically, I got a lot of people together. I got Popcorn here, helped me out, my sponsor. Thanks to those guys. And it happened, and Kim Jong-un came to me and said, Dennis, you know what? This is the first time someone's ever kept their word to me and my country. And I looked at him, I always got emotional, but I said, wait a minute, hold on. He said,
someone's never kept their word to you in your country? He said, yes, this is the first time someone's ever suggested that. And I came through, and I think that he really appreciated that, the fact that he's not normally hearing someone that's trustworthy.
I think this is important when we scrutinize other countries by being terrible regimes, which in many cases is true, but we need to self-reflect and have some self-awareness of who we are and what we have done over the past 50 to 300 years. I hate to break it to you, but the leaders of the United States of America haven't kept very many promises. So I thought that was a nice little heartwarming moment. Something else interesting that I've been telling people for years now is that Rodman said Obama wouldn't even give him the time of day. And despite Dennis Rodman for years saying that Kim Jong-un wanted a phone call with Barack Obama, and that Kim Jong-un actually loved America and wanted to get along with America, nobody seemed to care, and nobody seemed to even want to start a dialogue with Kim Jong-un. Isn't that kind of weird?
And I tried to do that to Obama, and Obama didn't even give me the time of day. I asked him, I said, I have something to say from North Korea. He just brushed me off.
He also complimented Trump several times and said that his administration reached out to him.
Yes, Donald Trump reached out. He called his secretary, and she called me and said, Dennis, Donald Trump is so proud of you. He thanks you a lot. And that means a lot, you know, because after all these years, the fact that I somewhat had something to do with this North Korean situation, but I don't want to take any credit where credit is due. I think we all need to take credit. And I'm just here, I'm just so thankful to be here. I'm glad the fact that this is happening. The world saw it, I saw it, my kids saw it.
Overall, I think this is an incredible week for the world. It's an incredible step forward for world peace. And it seems to be the start of eliminating what the news has said for the last 10, 20 years was one of our biggest problems. And that is nuclear war with crazy North Korea. It's nice to see a leader who's willing to have a conversation. And it's nice to see someone like Dennis Rodman, for years who has been ridiculed and called crazy for trying to create peace with North Korea, now wearing a popcorn shirt, a Make America Great Again hat, but still remaining to look far less crazy than his haters and doubters. Thank you so much for listening. Have an amazing week. And if you'd like to support my news analysis, I have a donor box and a Patreon. Link will be below the title or in the comment section. Stay tuned for more news analysis.
Bob Ross, you'll never see me tripping. Got the vision, I don't even need assistance. Bob Ross, all I do is chill. My life is a thrill, for real, Bob Ross. I be too calm for the drama. You don't wanna cause a problem, I'll solve it, Bob Ross. All I do is win. Don't mess with a king, for real, Bob Ross.